Alright, let's get a stream started then. Hello me, I'm doing fine. Good to see you've dropped by. Life's going fine. I was out with family earlier, going to visit my brother. He's not with us at the moment because he's at uni in a different city, so it's quite a long drive to get to him, which is why the stream is starting a little bit later than normal. Anyway, let's just make sure everything's set up correctly in game. Game options, we want hard, yes, that's still fine. Just new endless game. I need to type that into the chat quickly. QEPE. Does that work? There we go. Oh no, I'm not putting the difficulty any harder on this. You're no convincing me. I'm sorry. I mean, having it like this seems hard enough. It's not too difficult, but it's not too simple either. It seems like a nice balance, because I don't want to be having everyone die on me. If I do it, I'll mess up timings for the stream. Okay, fine, I'll go to the menu quickly. No, I can't change it in here. Into menu. What actually happens in the hard difficulty? This one, only one harder is only slightly. Days go by quicker, which isn't great. Behemoths have more health. There's a lower chance to get an armoured slave. Gladiators appeal more quickly. Honestly, not too much difference. I will just stay on hard. Simply because if I'm in the deck, then we get to have pause and get everything going. Yeah, let's resume what we were doing before. Oh, no, I thought that meant the one we just started. Apparently it doesn't. New endless game it is. So, let's see if we can immediately buy anyone. We can immediately buy yourself, Amy. How do you feel, having been immediately bought? Hopefully you don't feel too bad about it. You come with some decent stats, like agility starting at 81, strength starting at 72. You're currently one of my best gladiators. Which is mad. That's incredibly lucky, isn't it? In here we have bleed resist. Give you max meditate. There we go. Meditate has been maxed. Now what class do you think you're going to be wanting? You've got a fair few to pick from. Before I get around to that, we will hire the usual employees. There we go. Classes, you have that spear guy. They're good earlier on, not so good later on. And keep in mind, this is endless mode. So it's going to be lasting quite a while. Yeah, your aggro's not too good. It might be worth trying to get Murmillo quite quickly. Managed to get a Murmillo. Murmillo's fairly decent at evasive and such. Are you sure you want to be the inferior? You've got good stats. I mean, I'll do what you say. There we are. Yeah, Marmillo's fairly good if they're rolling around getting attacks in. Alright, if you're in the market sometime, I'll let you see your stats, but for now, this is a very nice gladiator. I'm not give him a bit of wine, just to keep him happier. We are going to get Plotius here to be a valet. Because we need to have someone being a valet. Didn't need much else to start. Then immediately go into pit fight with him. Oh, against the second one of you. I mean, they did change your name, don't worry. You are a Maeve inferior. Yeah, let's send you in. Or send Plotius in to fight you. Could have made you fight yourself, but that would be a bit mean, I feel. Crowd's getting murdered a bit, that's always nice. Yeah, we should get plenty of money out of this. I'm gonna say an extra 300. Ooh, almost an extra 400. That is nice. We also managed to get ourselves an extra armoured slave. We can immediately sell for 72 if we want. I think we'll keep him around. Faber, we can now afford to go for auto upgrades, auto repair of course. In here, I think Prayer to Mars is a nice one. Don't need any of the Jupiter's blessings we had. We haven't got humility, so now we just let time go by. Sacrados, we'll now get... I think healing is a good one. Especially early on. Upgrades to weapon. That just means occasionally we'll have extra attack damage on our gladiators. Compared to Mercury. I think next Vulcan, then Apollo. No, we don't have enough wine, so we should be buying some more stuff. There we are. And we are against a Marmillo with a single basic Pugio. They've got pretty good agility, all things considered. Have attack stance placing, I'm not entirely sure what that does. You might be a good ret. It's hard to tell, your stats are a bit all over the place as far as aggro and such are concerned. In this battle, however, honestly, it's between these two and I think this one is going to be one that goes in. Let's see. Will a Frakes beat a Marmillo with a basic Pugio? Usually the first Frakes to go into fight does die this early on. However, he has better reach, just. So it's actually going to be quite a close one, I think. Yeah, both sides seem to be struggling to hit each other at times. If one of them gets disarmed, they are going to be getting a better weapon off of the ground. Yeah, there we go. Marmillo's decided to dual wield. That's definitely an advantage in this. I think we are losing our guy. Yeah, that is a shame. He hadn't picked up that extra weapon, we could have won that. Still though, got an extra 72 money, which is perfectly good for this early on. Yeah, well, we need to think, what do we want you to be? It's evasion, turtle, and stamina doesn't matter much, then aggro. I think either Murmillo or possibly Rotarius could be good. Murmillo can be nice just rolling around. Rotarius, I don't remember if Rotarius dodge rolls or anything like that often. Alright, it is low stamina for Murmillo. Well, to be fair, no one else I've got has all that good in the way of stamina either. I mean, we're going to be going towards Murmillo first, so I need to get to attack vector. Getting to Rotarius means I'll need shield control. Which, honestly, we can justify shield control, that's fine. I should try and buy some more slaves, however. We've got a second one of you. We're buying it regardless, and this time it comes with good aggro, good evasion, some pretty good agility and strength to start with, not quite as good as before. Like comparing these two, one's definitely got the better stats to start with. And are you wanting this one to be the scissor then? Or sizer? At the very least we're going to get you healed up. The bad one? I don't think either of them are particularly bad. $300 HP Murmillo. Okay, so this one will be the sizer. It's not going to get anything too powerful just yet. We'll dress him up like this, I think. There we go. And we did get humility, so we could have a fight. The next pit fight, we've got a pit fight now. Yeah, we'll send Plotius in here, get some money. Then we'll decide what the plan is. So what we need is to get the Doctor Emeritus nice and early if we can. Which means taking advantage of these pit fights best we can. Ooh, Slave managed to pick up the throwing spears. Will he use them? I don't think he will. His AI hasn't been made to chuck throwing spears at people. There we go. Come out victorious. How much money? Ooh, just shy of 600 extra. That's a lovely time. This guy we got isn't very nice. Look out for the 1 mil HP dudes. Okay, can that just appear occasionally? I'll take your word for it. You've watched an awful lot of this game. New slaves weird. High evasion and high aggro. That might be a good one for Valette. Or possibly Rotarius. I think we'll make them a Valette. We need a second one in case we need two people to go into the pit fighting. Oh, alright. One guy had 5k HP, that is an awful lot. For now though, let's wait. Got automatic upgrades, next armour blueprints will save us a nice bit of money. Continue to gather stones. Buy some food and water. There we are. We've got quite a while until the next battle. When's the next pit fight? 14 days. So we've just got quite a long time we need to wait. Now we do have enough money to immediately invest in getting Murmillo. It's cutting a little bit close. I'm gonna say no for now and make my way towards attack vector. I do believe attack vector is a superior thing this early on. Attack vector is a lovely thing to have. do you want to do an exhibition match? We could afford to, we've got 7 days. I'll send a couple win to both these people. It is endless, so that's fine. Not sending you, okay, got it. Do you have anyone nice in here? No, not really. We'll pass him up. We'll do an exhibition match, however, though. With Villette versus Villette. In fact, which of these was the better Villette? This one, mildly. I might actually stick in the Frakes, because the Frakes isn't going to be good anytime too soon. Yeah, impediments are a little worrying. I don't think we have to worry about it too much just yet. I mean, it is early on. Anyone we get with an impediment's not going to be losing out. Getting impediments which make your stats then go down, they are the bad ones. I'm not going to send in anyone with good stats just yet. I do think Villette's going to win this. Yeah, there we go. Villette managed to win because he picked up a sword. Now I do think that's cheating, I will say. However, that's not for me to say. Oh god, 82 max HP. I'm just gonna sell him. There we go. We're not keeping someone with that low health. There's no justifiable reason to keep him around. Like, I think the lowest I'd had before that was like 101 max health or something along those lines. Getting that low is terrible. Wives of the Legacy Magistrate organise individual festivals for the Metralia, seeking a slave girl to be sacrificed for ritual beating and banishment. You're thinking I should give him to no one. Now, I think for 4 coin, it's more worth doing option 3. But if you do want me to go with option 4, I mean I could. And I don't see why you dislike both of them so much. We do need their favour later on if we want to be getting to some of the special championships. I'm going to go for 3. I'm sorry to ignore your input. Because they're gonna curse my house? Well, they haven't. There are no curses to be had. Either I got lucky, or somehow you've mistaken the event. Now both the Legate and Magistrate seem somewhat happy with me currently. Yeah, I need to get you Murmillo at some point. For now, what do we do with this match? Guess all 3 of you go in? The Villettes should carry it. This guy I'm a little worried about, they have good stats though. I'm a bit worried about that slave if he manages to get a weapon. Curse my house, but you don't know what it does. Interesting. I've never heard about that. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Yeah, this slave's going to be dangerous if he gets a weapon with that agility. Apart from that, these 2 are equally as dangerous. But for AI skills, not very high. Neither is ours. Ah, hey Fuke, good to see you. We're currently sending a main to fight. So let's see who wins. Now, there is one naked man on the enemy's team, not necessarily a weak person. I'm a bit worried we're about to lose everyone. Looks like Subius, no, Colossus goes first. Subius is hanging in there, might be a May next. Yeah, and we did lose. Damn. Oh, that is Fury, he's just changed his name, don't worry me. Well, we're down to 1. That's worrying. Let's buy you, Fuke, that'll fix it all. Okay. You come with good stats, Fuke. Or don't want to call Fuke, this is going to be weird, I'll call you Fuke. You've both got good stats, like currently, I've not trained either of you two at all in anything other than meditation. I'm going to give you meditation for now, Fuke. But what do you want? Now, May wants to go for Morello. Morello's a fun one. You want to be a Frakes. Okay. Frakes, your turtle's somewhat high. You should be alright. I think Retaris might be better though. Give yourself some extra range in your attacks. I mean, I'll give you Frakes if you want. I'll let you think it over for a second. For now though, I'm going to regret sending all my gladiators to death. The fights. That's not very good. You want a stabby stab. I mean, you can stab twice as much with 2 weapons. That is up to you though, whether you want to be the Sizer or not. I do think Ret would be a good one for you. Good aggro, somewhat evasive and defensive. Netting people is going to be lovely. You'll net them, then just run in with that high agility and murder them. And we've got another May. I think something might be broken with the bots. I've now gotten my 3rd May of the stream. Why do we have 2 of you? Because this guy's named Inferior, he's no longer counted as you. Anyway, this new MA doesn't really have great stats, so he can be the new Valette. We'll immediately send him to a pit fight. 2 slaves. Sure, I'm sure you can do it. Not healed up, but just a moment ago. Let's find out. Okay. Currently it's going well. You've managed to get rid of all of their weapons. It is a pit fight, so lower chance of weapons being thrown in by the crowd. From what I've noticed in the past anyway. So I do think this is just a win. It'll be a very long time until you win, but it should just be a win. The only weapons they might have been able to pick up was the throwing spears. However, they have been thrown out of the arena and murdered half the crowd. That's maybe not quite half. Well, let's see. Yeah, you're tearing through this guy. Should be plenty of training. I'm really curious, because this is the most I've had someone do in a single fight. Let's see how much you actually get. I'm really interested. Plenty of money. Ooh, 1819. That is lovely. And again, defense training doesn't really go up during pit fights and such. Defense training is something we want to look into if we want to get the fancy, like, prestige slaves. but that's a long way away. For now, we're going to go for attack vector, then get Murmillo, because we need someone who can actually fight. We've got Papyranius. That's an interesting, that name. I can't say I've noticed that one before. We have a Villette already. Honestly, Villette's pretty good, but I think I'll just give them a shield. Don't need anything too fancy, we need a Freaks out. Just to take a hit or two. If they came with any decent stats, we'd have made them a Villette. But yeah, I'm not going to be making anything too fancy out of a guy who's got nothing going for him currently. And once you have attack vector, we'll be all set. 8 days until a pit fight, so the next actual battle comes first. I think we leave the Faber alone for now, and just save up. You say I wasted 2 days. What did I waste on? Do you mean the pit fights where I waited because I didn't want to send either of you two to pit fights? Because if so, that wasn't wasted. Oh, the Doctor. Did I? Well. It is endless mode, we'll get everything eventually anyway. Thinking I might want to get Babs. Increased morale's very nice. I'll take a while, but it will be worth it. Once it's done at least. Yeah, we're about to go into battle. Oh, we've got a roaming lion. Okay, against the roaming lion, this guy has too much health to one-shot. Send the Frakes to his death. And hope it's in my favour. It's not in my favour, that lion's gonna come after me. Yeah, there we go. The lion's murdered him. I would say it's a shame. I didn't really care for him though, I'll be honest with you. It may sound mean, and that's because it is. Well, let's buy this guy. Get him healed up, we'll make him something useful. Comes with decent stats, so he can be a Villette. We'll get Murmillo as soon as we have attack vector, we're close to getting attack vector now. Magistrate happens upon you purchasing new sandals in the market. The Clobberer is a distant cousin, or Cobbler even, is a distant cousin with whom you have some rapport, despite the fact that his halitosis is offensive and unyielding. His greed is even worse than his bad breath. The Magistrate intimates that he might be interested in a good deal in sandals as well. What are you both thinking? Option 3, I believe, is the better one, and May seems to be agreeing with me on that part. What about you, Fuke? I'm going to assume number 3, you're not responding, so let's just go. Magistrate is pleased to get a good deal on sandals, which ends up costing you 6 coin. Additionally, you discover that Magistrate has 6 toes in his left foot. Fact that he covers up because of an old wives' tale about it being bad luck. Now you know his dirty little stubby secret.
Agreed.
I do that, then immediately sell the secret. For 38. Lovely. Attack vector. Murmillo, I think. It's gonna dig in a bit on the funds for actually making a Doctor Emeritus, but yeah, we need it. Well, we hardly need it. But I said I'd get it. Got a pit fight in 1 day. As that comes about. 2 gladiators. Send in... say both, just to be on the safe side. Also means more spears to be thrown. Let's murder some fools then. Or a fool. Plenty of spears about. This is going well so far. Yeah, that couldn't have gone much better. Let's see how much money we get. Ooh, just shy of 800. That pays entirely for that upgrade I wasn't entirely sold on a second ago. For the Mermillos. Can you have max strength? Which one? The letter of the one who's going to have Mermillo. Because currently strength's already quite high. The Villette. Alright, max strength. There we are. Buy more food and water and such. Then we'll let the days go by. Can't quite bribe these people yet with wine. The Mermillo Wep. Gosh, yeah, he's doing pretty good in the AI. I'll just upgrade itself now as he fights. Next pit fight in 10 days, same day as a battle. So we just wait. Do we get Mermillo researched before then? We should. Wouldn't see it taking that much longer at least. About done with Babs as well, so extra morale, which shall very much be appreciated. Extra morale is essentially increased all stats. Next, I think we want to aim for evasive roll, then attack shuffle. And then make our way into Ret and interpretive dance. Because you do need to keep on buying food, I will consistently forget. Farswind's wrist is adorned with a new piece of jewellery, whose value far exceeds your reach. There are few who'd afford such a piece. It can only have come from the legate's wife or a magistrate's wife. I mean, yeah, leave it alone. Fair enough. I will wait until timer's up in case Fuke wants to have any input. However, I am thinking he's busy eating or something potentially. It's a Saturday, he's likely on his break at work, so I'm sure he's got other things he's wanting to get done. And yeah, we'll need to upgrade you into Mermillo. Do you want to immediately have a two-handed sword? I can afford it. I mean, you say get 2 one-handed swords, so yeah, you've said it again, that's fair enough. I'll leave you with just the gladiators for now then. Main concern I've got is the Mermillo can struggle to judge reach. You want 2? Oh, fine, sure. Have 2 of them. It is better reach, because the Mermillo does struggle a little judging where you should be attacking. I'll also be looking to buy more slaves if anyone good comes in. 22 agility, 33 AI skill. I can justify taking him. We might say no to this fight, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna do that. That's a terrible, terrible idea. Oh, I did not mean to move him there. Can you fight the slave? That seems a little mean, I'll be honest. Didn't have anything. What I could do is... yeah, I'll equip this one to be a Thrakes, because this one isn't looking too powerful regardless. Send you into here. Exhibition match. And May versus... that'd be the Thrakes. Let's see. You're unlikely to get an impediment. I don't think he'll beat you. You've got much better training. You've got much better health. You've got better weapons. I mean, it's very unlikely he wins. Yeah, there we go. No, to get an impediment you need to be reduced below so much of your max health. I believe it's below 10 or 15% of your max health. So unless you lose that much, you're completely fine. It ends up being a very close win, where both of you are reduced to low health, potentially both of you get it. But yeah, it's not entirely luck based and based on who gets hit. Ooh, one time you won and got an impediment. That might have been, like I was saying, both of you got reduced to low health. Unless it's a fight with multiple people, potentially you got knocked to low enough health that you surrendered. I can't say for certain. What I can say though is we've got stream elements coming to fight us. So, 2 valettes. We could send you if you want. Now, I'm a little worried. Yeah, we've got a Zweihander, that's nothing too bad, it's the most basic two-handed sword. A little worried about both the valettes. These two are just slaves who have fancy stuff on. Now, I won't put you in, there's a risk. This MA might end up dying. But we do need the money. And the Frakes. Frakes is pretty much dead though, just as an exhibition match with him. I'll just send it like this. Hopefully we won't lose anything. Crowd's getting murdered. Stantius seems to be doing alright. Yeah, our team doesn't seem to be necessarily losing. Yeah, we're down to needing to take out stream elements. That one there. Oh, we've lost UMA. That is a shame. Some of the slaves have picked up spears. However, we have won. We did lose your second, but we should be getting over like 1,000 potentially, yeah. 1,400 coin. Tons of training. That's fine, I'm willing to let you die for that. We've even immediately got you back, just far worse. I'll keep you around. What we will also do is from that single fight, we've got enough for him. We have a Doctor Emeritus. And yeah, we can get mentorship for now. Do you want to be a valet again, Venemy? Sure, I can arrange for that. Don't have much money, but we can make you valet for now. Yeah, we'll buy a bit more food. We've got 2 coins. I might end up selling this guy potentially. This valet's actually looking half decent now, which is interesting. You want max agility in your valets? Sure, here we are. Max agility. We need money. 12 days until that. Do we think we could send this version of you and me in? Because I don't want to do an exhibition match. I'm thinking the better bet is to go to a championship like this one. I'm willing to sell someone to do that. Like this person, it's just their weapon that's not great. Got a good max health. Like, if I upgrade this to two-handed weapon, which I can't do just yet, You could actually win. Wouldn't be too surprised. I guess I'll just send Fuke in. You get to have your first fight, Fuke. How do you feel? You're going to fight a topless man. It's what you've always dreamed of. Look at this. What an exciting battle. Just running around like a madman. You've got the sword. You're very much not giving in. You've just murdered him. Look at that. A whole 3 gold. That's 150% more gold than I had before. I'm now at 5. Oh dear. I don't even have enough to heal this guy. We may have made a mistake somewhere along the lines of getting this guy so early. How much can we sell people for? 39. Not enough to get anything. 149 for that Valette, but they're doing good. I still think you'd stand a good chance in this battle. And we can't afford to actually do it. He's only got 47 attack damage. I do think you'd do fine. What do you think, anyway? Because you're about at 100 AI skill. That's fine. Agility is higher. Strength is higher. I'd be willing to sell someone. Potentially sell this guy, just so I could get you two-handed sword. Get your two-handed sword, that's your damage sorted. So that goes from the 14 down there, you see, to... But no, that's defense, isn't it, the D? It goes from 9 to 22. So that's a fair bit extra, that's an extra 13. That would get you to where you need. But we'll leave it for now. If you're not feeling up to it, I won't send your guy to their possible death. Instead I'll just wait for the next battle to come by. Wasting a bit of time in these doctors, which isn't great. The wine cask is discovered to have been broken during transport to your villa. You return to the merchant and complain about the broken cask, demanding that you return your coin or replace the wine cask. He maintains that the cask was fine when it left and it's not his issue. Why is it licensed to drive a motorcycle? Well, I've got good news for you, Fuke. If it doesn't have a motor, it's not technically a motorcycle. And hello, Tyrant Soul. Good to see a new face. I'll see if I can buy you as a slave when I get a chance. I'm not looking too grateful with my funds. And I'm gonna leave empty-handed, I think. Although, 2 of you are saying option 3, which, I'll be honest, could bankrupt me if it ends up costing me money. Oh no. The merchant is defiant and produces a small club from behind the counter. Rather than having him killed, which your bodyguard most will certainly do, you decide that a broken cask of wine isn't worth the hassle of explaining his murder. You leave empty-handed. Aww. It's the same as choosing option 2, just I don't seem as competent anymore. Can't believe it. I never even seemed that competent to begin with. Alpheus has appealed for release. I'll be honest, no. I'm not going to do that, simply because I've not got enough money to buy another one. I'd love to buy more slaves or something, but I'm pretty much bankrupt after buying the Doctor Himmerata. I jumped into him a little bit too fast, I feel. Oh, we get to attack you, Tyrant Soul. I think that means it's a good chance for Twitch chat versus Twitch chat. Apparently, you had your weapon upgraded to me, so let's send you in with your better weapon. Now, I do think you'll win at me, simply because you've got far more health. Your attack seems to be better, although you've now decided to pick up a spear. Or trident to be more accurate. An odd choice when you had a big two-handed sword, but it seemed to have paid off regardless. With plenty of money coming back in, some good AI training, not that it matters, you need another 2 to max out. But that is looking good. Because your weapon was knocked away though, it's now been downgraded yet again. So I'll let you choose whether you want to have your big two-handed sword back or not though. Because you did want to have 2 one-handed weapons. You want the big two-handed sword. Alright, here we go then. Now, let's buy some food and then I'll see if I can get you Tyrant's Soul as a slave. Can't get you in there. Did you pay as gladiator? You did not. That is a shame. I'll need to remain on the hunt then. Unless he's left. He might have left. Regardless, Architect can gather more stones. We should have another pit fight. Yes. Send. Sure. He's got enough health for it. You can do it, Constantus. That's not his name, but that might be his name actually. I'm not sure what his name is. However, I was wrong, he couldn't do it. Which is not great. I did somewhat like him. I could have sold him for more than that. But, oh well. I guess that's that then. The slave's still no one interesting unless... No, he doesn't have any good stats, that guy. We'll leave him be. Zweihander Plus, that's a slightly better one. Comes with an extra 5 attack damage and extra 1 defense. Not really worth it unless you want the reach, and considering how expensive it is, I am going to say no to that. But your attack damage is looking good. As soon as you're healed up, I am going to send you into a championship. It would seem we're going to have a Murmillo as the champion yet again. That Murmillo, yet again, will seem to be you. A bit more, you don't want to go in just yet then. I mean, if you're sure. I mean, we've got the Doctor Emeritus regardless, we can afford to leave it be for a moment. The slave has inadvertently brought you water when you asked for wine. You could banish them, ignore the simple mistake and ask for wine, throw the water in the slave's face and demand they pay closer attention to the task at hand. Throw the water in my son's face and demand he find a source of income to make himself useful to family instead of being a loafing idiot. I know which one I want. It would seem May you want 2, Fuke you want 4. So seeing as my vote is also for 4, I'm going to say that. Dripping wet, your son storms off and complains about how hard his life is, knocking a slave onto the floor in the process. Get out of my way, he says, completely oblivious to what true suffering feels like. Your gladiators laugh heartily. Indeed, Fuke, what a loafing idiot. But what kind of loaf? Do you think he's a wholemeal loaf? Or is he a loaf of white bread? Or maybe a bloomer? Who knows? A hard one to say. It's a pumpernickel loaf. Oh, that's a fancy one. You do need to keep in mind, this is ancient Rome. Bread's not got too many varieties, I wouldn't think. Now you say exhibition of me. I'm going to say no. I'm also going to say no to that. Partly because I forgot that I need to get another bullet. So I've just wasted that battle. Exhibition I don't want to do until we're able to get deeper humility. We're not too far away from getting that. Got the next battle in 4 days. I'll wait for that to come round and I'll send you enemy. You should be able to handle that without much difficulty. We do potentially want to give you stamina recovery. Because I do think your evasion was quite high before. Yeah, high evasion. If you're going to be rolling around, that's going to be nice. I mean, if you're rolling around at the speed of sound, then that's definitely something you'll want. Train speed increase, then we do Master Mimic. Then we go for deeper humility. Then up to Master Mimic 3. That is our plan. But for now, let's send you into battle. There's a lion. Is that a roaming lion? It is. It's going to be a curious one, this. I might send a Valette to back you up. And potentially the Frakes. Just in case. I think you should be okay. That Frakes is naked apart from his weapon. This is a Murmillo with only the one weapon. Stats on him aren't good. Stats on this Murmillo are actually alright. Could be worrying. What do we do about this guy? He doesn't seem too bad, but he's got a nest and he's got good range. Send in the extra bullet. Alright. This man here. Yeah, this is going to be a weird one. It's going to come down partly to the lion, I think. The lion seems to be starting nearer our side as usual, so I am a little concerned. Let's see. If we end up losing everyone, then that's not going to be a nice time. We've lost one person. Can't tell who. Okay, we lost definitely one of you, I mean. Who's the other one? Thanius. Ah, the Frakes. Yes, that would make sense. Extra AI training and such, that is perfectly fine. And we immediately got you back anyway, mate. As a second Murmillo. How lovely. Yeah, we should heal everyone up. Plenty of money out of that, which is what matters most, of course. Does this guy come with anything good? Not really. Can you fight yourself? I mean, you could if you want, you're going to win. I will say that now. Mostly because this guy's only going to have 2 gladiators, I'm not willing to spend the money on him just yet. Because look at his stats, they're not good. Now, weapon train speed. Do you want that, I mean? Seeing as your main guy is currently trying to do that, you're not wanting it. Fair enough, it is endless mode. You're not able to take the cards off of you, so if you're not wanting it, I will definitely not be giving you it. Seeing as a lot of training comes from doing battles anyway, it should be fine enough to just leave it be. Yeah, now we just wait for you to heal. You've got a lot of health, so it takes a long time. Hit fight in 8 days. With a new slave. High aggro, good AI skill. At least decent AI skill anyway. They'll take him. Got hold ground and max stamina. Alright, I mean I've given you stamina recovery, because I think stamina recovery makes a lot more sense if you're going to be doing defending and rolling around. This guy, I'll heal up, he can be a second roulette, because we do need a second one. And yeah, we just wait for now. I don't want to risk doing anything too dangerous. Because it is a hard difficulty, we need to get multiple people doing well. This person here, Alpheus, they're looking half decent. Out of everyone, you are the best for now. I mean, you're close to 100 in agility, which is lovely. Alpheus is looking decent. Buke's looking pretty good as well, I forgot. We'll need to actually get him some fancy stuff. Your garment is discovered to have a stain on it. Having never worn it, you return to the textile merchant to complain. He maintains the garment is free of stains, and as such, he is not obligated to replace it or refund the money. Now, immediately you both go into threaten him, which I'll be honest is a little concerning. But sure, if you're wanting, then of course we will go and threaten him. Now, who would have guessed, the merchant is defiant and produces a small club from behind the counter. Rather than having him killed, which your bodyguard would most certainly do, you decide that the garment isn't worth the hassle of trying to explain a murder, and leave empty-handed. Sense a deja vu with that whole wine cask and everything. Now let's get some shield control. We do need to consider exhibition matches, we won't have the slaves to spare for it yet. We do, however, have stream elements, so Bot is making a return. As is tradition, Bot is being made of frakes. Why? Because I don't care for a bot. The frakes is boring. Typically, I don't bother giving people from chat a frakes if I can help it. Got Master Mimic, next to me Deeper Humility, and I'm happy enough to do some exhibition matches. Do need to try and keep on top of the food and such, that's fine. Pit fights available, we have people to spare. Let's send on the Valettes. This Frakes looks a little worrying. He does only have the wooden sword, however. Can't be that bad. Basically, hope he can't be. Seems to be going alright. Alpheus might die. Yeah, Alpheus is dead. Alpheus was looking a little bit promising. Somewhat sad he died. Palfurious managed to pull it off instead, however. It's looking close, but I want to say no. Yeah, that is a shame. Pit fights are always risky. Should still get lots of money though, because we murdered plenty of the crowd. Yeah, we're back to having very few people. Do you want him? Comes with good agility, yeah, we want him. Comes with good agility, I think we'll make him Sizer. Or Scissor, or whatever you call him. What are your stats? Which one? This one. You're looking pretty good. You need to go into another fight though, and you've not been doing training yet, because you were injured. The other one, less good, I'll be honest. Duke's still looking pretty powerful. I'm close to being able to get him the Rex, so you'll be very strong. I'll be able to tie up naked men as you like, Fuke. Which I'm sure is what you were wanting when you came along to the stream. Oh no, this looks dangerous. Chained lions, so it's not too bad. Don't think we've got enough damage output among everyone. 85, 48, yeah, no, we're not doing this. We don't have the people to risk. What we will do though, is a mage, you're pretty much healed. So we're sending you into this. If you die, that could be the end of the run. But let's see. I do think you'll win. You've got good agility, so you'll be able to keep him at bay. You're also good at blocking and such. You do have high evasion, so I would have expected you just to be doing more dodge rolling. Which for some reason you've been avoiding. It does seem to be in your advantage, at least for now. It could change if you decide to do something daft, which the AI often does. You need to land maybe another 2 hits on him, that's all you need. There's one, and there's the others. You've done it. You have murdered one of the champions. How does it feel? You doubted yourself for so long. Nice balanced fight though. Extra 10 and 15 training. That is lovely. Yeah, that was closer than I thought it would be though. But I do think it's more exciting when you try and cut it somewhat close. Were you feeling you might have died there, Remy? Because if so, I am sorry, I apologise. Almost had a heart attack. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. However, you didn't die, so I can say I was right in thinking you'd manage. Dex full, so let's hand out these. Reduce training coin by 15%. That can go to him. He's good enough having a smaller bonus. We're about to get deeper humility. This is where everything really starts to kick off. That'll be a good one. Get a new pit fight in 5 days. That should be decent. As soon as we have not deeper humility, just humility. No, it is deeper humility. No, I was correct. As soon as we have that, that's us able to do exhibition matches and everyone will get all kinds of bonuses. And yeah, I will upgrade your stuff, don't you worry. First though, you have an event. Having the ear of both the legate and magistrate, your competitor has managed to convince them that you have stolen wine from them. The legate storms into your villa and demands an explanation. He's interrupted by a magistrate who repeats the same demands. It's obvious that someone has actually stolen wine from their villas. Could offer to replace the wine. That would make sense. I've got plenty of wine to spare. Replace just one of their wines, which surprisingly does not add up to this first option. And I've also got just don't do it. Now, I am thinking I'll side with the May here. I do think replacing both is a better option. Grumpy men are silenced by your offer. And you've got 3 hours left of me. That'll be good. I'm assuming that's when you get to eat, since you're fasting. Can we get any other slaves? Ooh, 68 agility. Lovely. We'll buy him rice up. We're close to getting a Sagittarius, so you will have a class before long. Don't you worry, Fuke. We're about to get deeper humility, so we'll be able to send all these other people into fights. 3 days till next battle. That's fine. I'd imagine I should be safe to send some of the weaker guys into an exhibition match. That's fair enough. I'm happy enough being background noise, don't worry. We'll bribe these ones. There we go. They're now a bit happier. Exhibition match. We have a Maeve Vermillo, 2 one-handed weapons. New motorcycle permit online. That is surprising. I mean, it somewhat makes sense, but yeah, that is weird. I'm not used to these permits and such actually being in any way accessible through the internet. Yeah, this should be a good fight. Deeper Humiliation, we have Master Mick. Both of you are getting a lot of good stuff. What's a crown, you saying? What are you on about the crown? Do you mean the crowd? Ah, someone came in and they had the crown next to them, like you have your diamond, or gem, or whatever. Basically, what that means is they have Twitch Prime. And because, well, they have Amazon Prime and they've linked it to their Twitch, so they have Twitch Prime, because Twitch is owned by Amazon. All that means is every month they have Amazon Prime, they're allowed to get 1 free subscription to someone, which doesn't give a lot of money to whoever that person is, but it does give them some money for a subscription. I don't know quite how it all works. Basically, what you could do is if you can convince, like, your family to get Amazon Prime, you could give me money. Which, I'll be honest, that's probably not the best idea. I mean, I would get your crown as well. That would happen. No, don't bother. I don't need the money, I'm fine. I don't think you're able to take money out of Twitch anyway until you've got a certain threshold met. So, regardless, it's fine. I wouldn't be able to actually do anything with the money. Are you healed? You're close enough to it. But what we will do is not that actually, never. Actually, no. Maybe? No. We're not doing that. I shouldn't even contemplate trying to do that. Now this is a strange one. One in the middle, I'll be honest, doesn't look too bad. That's 3 naked men. Sagittarius is not that good. Oh yeah, I forgot to upgrade your gear, didn't I? Damn, I meant to do that. This one in the middle, I'm worried about him. These two don't worry me. The slaves definitely don't. It's pretty much a battle against this one man. We can definitely win. Oh, actually no. 106 damage. Yeah, and he's a Valence, he's got a good range. What about over here? I actually think the middle one might be the best chance we've got. The only thing is we don't know what the stats are. The third one we're not doing, that's a gauntlet. In that gauntlet we don't know what order people go. Say 2 is too strong, but I don't think it is. Half of them aren't just naked. One of them's a Sagittarius, so that's pretty much useless. It's just down to what stats we have. I'm doing option 2, I think. I'm doing option 2. However, we're not sending you, enemy. We're going to send these guys. I don't want to risk anything too much. There's a chance these people will win, depending on how strong these two are. Let's see. I do think there's a chance we will just be wasting people. Yeah, he did seem quite strong. Some of the crowd got murdered though, so it should be a good bit of crowd money. Yeah, we got a fair bit. It pretty much makes up for everyone who died. Yeah, that made me to have been not the best option. Can buy more slaves. That guy doesn't come with anything good, so I'll leave him be. Yeah, this is dangerous looking. Got a few people with relatively decent stats. Yeah, if you can have it, we're still researching it though. So that'll be a moment. Yeah, at the very least, think of all the money I'm saving by not having to feed the slaves. I've got a lot less than I normally have. Especially for this stage of the game. And I think next, go for nimble stance. Then pause it. You finally got Chariot. Let's get you all dressed up. There we go. Even give you a small shield. Do we fight the two of you against each other? It's massively unbalanced. But I say, we fight the other two of you against each other. So Fuke, you're going to go against a May the 2nd. Let's see. I do think Fuke will win this. Can't say why I think that. Maybe it's because he's got high agility as a Sagittarius. I do think it was because he had high agility as a Sagittarius. That is likely it. Didn't even get much money out of it. Bit depressing. Not much money, not much training. It was just not really worthwhile. This man... agility's nice. I could definitely do agility. Comes with decent strength by the looks of it. Yeah, I can take him. He's a good slave. Yeah, I need to get Fuke's training sorted, don't I? We don't need meditation. I think max agility for Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fun one with max agility. It's a bit tough to get going at the start. It's a fun one once it actually does work. And May, I think I'll send you in to fight here. Potentially. No, that's the wrong one. This one. Let's compare the two of you. I'll upgrade your gear first, but I think you could handle this. Yeah, you kill him in better hits. You've got much higher agility, higher AI skill. Defense is the same. Yeah, I'll upgrade some of your gear. There we go. I'll send you in like this. You should be able to win. You've also had your weapon upgraded at some point, I think. But no, you haven't. It's still just his one-hander. If you haven't had it upgraded, there you go. It's now a bigger weapon, you have better reach. None of them are all that good. In you go. I think you'll win this. If you don't, I'm going to be taking away your VIP badge, mate. So let's see. Currently, it's a very boring fight. I mean, you are winning. That's not saying much. The two of you are rolling around on the ground. Well, you've got some more hits in. Yeah, he's low on his stamina, but look how quickly yours comes back with that extra card I gave you. You can roll around to your heart's content. He can't. However, you should try and do an attack at some point. It is typically how you win a fight. Okay, you're coming out on top now. He's been reduced by a fair bit. You've spent an entire minute rolling around in the dirt, however. Any day now. Well, see it end. Oh, you got another hit in on him. Another, he's down to half health. Come on, you can do it to me. It seems like you're going to get to keep that VIP badge of yours. God, this is an anticlimactic fight, wasn't it? Just how long is it going to take? You better not time out at the end. Like, you are winning. You just need to attack him. You let him attack you, which is surprising. It's the first time he's dealt damage. You've got a high enough agility that you should just be able to get away from him. But there we go. You took him out. After quite a long battle. Should be some good training though. Yeah, 12 and 18. 7 strength as well. And reduced training time. That is a lovely one. We'll save that for once we have the Architect Emeritus. I'll keep a chariot. Not much point in selling it just yet. But yeah, I don't know why you're so defensive. You've got a high evasion, so you should be keeping your distance. But that shouldn't matter. We could sell you, but that seems a bit excessive, all things considered. Maybe extra low stats will help. Maybe defensive shuffle. No, I wouldn't just sell you like that, don't worry. At most, I'd grant you freedom. Magistrate drunkenly stumbles into your villa, demanding whores and wine. And give him his whores and wine? Suggest he have a lie down and sleep it off. Get drunk and have whores and wine with him. Or suggest he go home to his wife and sleep it off. Now, May, you're thinking number 4. What about you, Fuke? I have a feeling I know what you're wanting, but it is worth asking. I don't see you appearing in chat, so I guess I'll have to side with him, sadly. I wanted to do option 3 and get drunk and have whores and wine with him. But option 4 it is. After vomiting where he stands, Magistrate belches in your face and attempts to touch your breast. Luckily, he slips in the vomit and injures his head on a bust of your father. You have the guards carry him to a nearby brothel where, with any luck, he won't remember his failed, awkward, horrible, drunken seduction. Fortunately, you will. You keep it a secret for now. Perhaps this secret will be worth something.
Agreed.
Immediately being sold. Yeah, I'm not going to be keeping a secret and not selling it. Who do they take me for? Might get rid of some of these. Let's get rid of one of those bleed resists for some extra money. And we wait yet again. Any more slaves? Comes with good AI difficulty. That's about it, we'll leave that one be. Yeah, this isn't going as well as I'd hoped. We need to send Fuke into another exhibition match. Sadly, we can't send the Chariot in, so he'll have to go against this man. Let's see. We need some training to come in. Oh, we should actually be able to do a pit fight, shouldn't we? It's been quite a while since we did our last one. Yeah, I need to go have a look at the exhibition pit fights. Get some alright training. Apparently the Chariot enjoyed that, it just said yeah, so that's nice. Pit fight in 6 days, so we need to wait for now. Unless we're gonna send you in, Amy. You're gonna go murder him, because I know you can do it. Let's see. I've never been hit once in this match. That seems like it's going to continue to be how it goes, because he's surprisingly simple, isn't he? A second Chariot. Is there a difference between the two? Not really. I'll sell the one which is more broken. That should be fine. What I'd like to do is, I believe it's this one. Gets you lots of slaves. This one gets you lots of Jupiter blessings. Do we want to try this? Or is it too soon? I think it might be too soon for that. This one could be possible. Again, might be too soon though. I'd like to at least get a second person up and running and have them be nice and powerful, so we're going to need to get Fuke trained up a little. Potentially I'll make Fuke fight in May. Possibly the real May. Yeah, that'll be an interesting match. Let's see how this goes. Because you're evasive. You're not going to be attacking. This could honestly go either way. I don't particularly care about the money right now. What I'm wanting is the training. So I do think this will be a good fight to do. Let's see. Currently, Ame, you seem to have an advantage. However, Ame's also doing quite well. Especially if Fuke there to back him up. Does seem, however, Ame is winning. Yeah, our champion's going to come out on top, I think. Now it's down to 1-on-1 though. It could go either way, potentially. I just don't think Fuke's got quite enough agility for this yet. Especially with how much you're rolling around the place. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of training for both of you. Bit more training I think Fuke could manage, simply because your aggro isn't very high on me. You need it to be a bit higher, potentially. I believe Fuke has better aggro value, which is why he seems to be doing a lot better against you than he really should. However, it would seem you have come out on top. Yeah, plenty of training though. 11 weapon training. That's nice. I wanted to go around healing everyone up. 5 days till next battle. That should be more than fine. The same slave as before? Yeah, his gelatin such isn't all that good. Yeah, you're at 402 HP now. That's lovely to see. I think build an apothecary next. Get the healing to be a bit quicker because we don't have many slaves. New days have come by. Is this a new one? I believe so. He's not very good. I'll leave that one be. Yeah, the two of you should be, or at least you and me, should be relatively healed for this next fight. Pit fight in 2 days. For now though, do we want to do this? Lots of money. You only have a 1v1. This one potentially could go quite well as well. Like option 3. The only thing is, we don't have many people at high health because we just did a big fight between everyone. If we lose you, that's not going to be good. Like, all that food and all that money, very nice. They start chained, but they have lots of damage. That's a Sagittarius, we're not needing to worry about. This guy we don't need to worry about too much either. However, if he gets a weapon, you then have to worry. It's now an arena where people will be chucking weapons in. The Vlet's an issue, Caesar is not. If you say so, we're gonna send you in. I'll send a few in, both of these. Let's see. We don't have anyone else to spare right now. So let's go. I'm hoping you're correct. You have low aggro, you're going to struggle here. Luckily you can keep your distance while we're chained. Yeah, they've now escaped. Second of May has gone down. You've taken away most of them. That Vlet's gone, we're down to Sagittarius, so this should be more than manageable. Yeah, we've lost one of the MAs. That's fine, I guess. With all that money and such coming in, it's all good. We even get a new MA right off the bat, so that's fine. The new MA's not very good, neither is this guy. I might just sell them. No, we'll keep them, we can train them up. New maze of Vlet. Sure. I'll have a new Vlet. There we go. This guy, I'll just leave them be. Now, what we're going to do is as soon as this apothecary gets built, now we've got reduced training time and reduced training coin, we're going to be giving both of them to the Architect Emeritus. That'll be a lovely one to do. you fight the slave at Karen? What? Just regular you and me, not like weaker you, or like this gets confusing. If you mean the weaker you, then yeah, that's doable. The better you, it's not 3 XP at that point. It needs to be a balanced fight for you to get any decent amount of XP. I'm sorry, it's not going to be something we're doing. Okay, I'll make the worse you fight. That's something I'm willing to do. Amevelette versus... which one was it? This one. I wonder who could win. It's going to be a tough one. Because you immediately will be picking up your spear. Should be some good training for both of you. It does seem to be relatively even, all things considered. Even though one of you does have armour, that slave seems to be getting a surprising amount in, although you got a massive hit in just a second ago. It's really going to come down to chance, I think. Gratius could still make a comeback. Like, he's been slowly whistling away your health this whole time. But no, May does manage to win. A nice bit of training for both of you. Look, max AI for you, and almost max for the other one. That's what we should be doing with exhibition matches. Because now both of you are actually competent fighters. Now we've got Master Mimic 2, that'll be a nice one. Get to Master Mimic 3 and that'll be us more than happy. Max Weapon, of course, there you go. And I think I might upgrade Fuchs just as a lighter weapon. Oh, what are you asking? I'm more than happy to do what you ask for the most part, as long as it's reasonable. Can I get the Faber Emiratus? I could. I think first I'd like to get the Architect. I need to get more slots available, because then I'll be able to get myself a Scholar and such. Because the Scholar is a lovely one to have. Also make this person a Valette. I know I have 3k, however, if you go into here, one Architect and Faber, that's going to cost around 4k, roughly. We don't have quite enough to spare. Architect takes priority, simply because they're able to get more employee slots. Like, upgrading weapons is not too important. Once you get to the later ones, it only adds maybe an extra 20 attack at most. Like 20 attack this early on, you might think, oh that's good, we have relatively low attack, but you're at 161. Like, adding the extra 6 on by getting the Jupiter's Cock, that's not going to do much. Also, the bot that censors people isn't hearing me. I only had it on the one stream, just to test it out, make sure it works. So you can just type cock as much as you want if you want. Yeah, we'll do a pit fight. The dangerous pit fight, this. Do we want to do this? I'm going to say no. The Doctor can get new stuff. I'll move towards Interpretive Dance, I believe. That should be a nice one to have. Max, you know what? Reduced training time in him could be nice. There we go. 6v2, but they had decent weapons. They could have been a lot more powerful than I was thinking. Pit fights are dangerous unless you know that they're going to be weak. Like the person, the Chariot, they had this weapon here. It's the second best weapon you can get, as the Chariot. They also had the sturdy nets. It's either sturdy net or the one above it. I think it's just a sturdy net. So it would have been a difficult one to justify risking people in. We get another one of these battles. I think fight over here. Number 1 should be a nice fight. Number 2, however, could be a good one. We get extra slaves. I'll let you decide, me. What do you think? People in here seem to have less health than average. There's a lot of slaves about. Their attack's not very powerful. But then again, the attack in here isn't too bad either. Not number 2. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong actually. We don't really have the people at the moment. Doing number 1's the best. We can just send you in. Although number 2, it's mostly slaves. Slaves, we got 2 Murmillos of just a Pugio. They're not going to be a threat. Got a Valette without any throwing weapons, possibly the throwing Pugio. The only real issues are Chariot, as one of them doesn't have a shield. They're not well equipped. I do think option number 2 is the better, safer bet. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go against what you're saying. You can send all sorts of people in. I think this is going to go fine. If it doesn't, then it's not going to be good, because we don't really have time to prepare other people. I don't see this going wrong. Yeah, I don't think we were going to lose. Did we even lose anyone? I don't think we did. No, we did not lose anyone. Get 2 armoured slaves, lots of extra money because we killed lots of people. Mostly I was wanting the slaves, more than anything. Crowd favour is also nice. Because we murdered a lot of people, that's a lot of blood. The blood then comes into account for money. So I'd say that was worthwhile. What do these guys look like though? This guy's almost promising. They're not great. Got up to Master Mimic 3. Facts. So I gave him the reduced training time. There we go. Doctor goes to Interpretive Dance. You need to start your healing again. I think at this point, we should be able to get all the slaves we need from doing the championship. I'll hold off slightly on doing that, because I am still a little bit concerned. But Fuke can go in with him. He can be against these 3, let's say. Let's see. This should be a nice even match. Lots of training between everyone. Let's find out. See, I forgot to give a Valette more throwing spears. They chucked Pugios. That's not great. It seemed Duke and Melodius might be struggling. Certainly Let's getting cornered. However, now Fuke's able to come in and assist. Can they beat Hostess? If they can beat him down, then it's just 2 on 1. Ooh, down goes Fuke. This could end badly, yeah. Surprisingly, Fuke won. It seems the numerical advantage was better than I thought. Lot of money though, and a lot of training, which is what matters most. Yeah, you got a bit extra through mentorship as well, which is nice. Duke, we need to heal up. Heal up him. Heal him. Let's do that, not sell it. Heal him. Yeah, that went well. That was a good fight. Got plenty of food and such. I will keep buying it when I remember. At this point, we need to get more slaves and have big exhibition matches. So as soon as you're healed up a bit, I don't think we send in Fuke. It's going to be a bit too dangerous. But I'll send you to fight one of the giants to get a slave. Or a bunch of slaves. Let's just hope you don't end up dying when you fight one of the behemoths. Because we are needing the slaves right now. Could sell the chariot if we need to. I don't think we should sell the chariot. There's no point in getting rid of it if there's no real need. And then we've got interpretive dance and such. We'll go for max endurance, line urine. Line urine only takes 1 day, so that'll be fine. As we have that, urine, probably good enough health, we'll send you in. Give short blade defense, that's always a nice one to have. Gets us towards mentorship. Also, your stats, they're pretty good. Defense is one we need to get up. Weapon could still be better. But yeah, let's send you into one of these matches. I think it's this one we need. So we'll do a quick warm up first against just the one guy. I do think you'll end up being fine. Do you want someone to come in with you, just to keep you safe? Because we could send Hostess. They're not powerful, however. Okay, do you want a second one? Send Arius, that'll be another meat shield. No, you just want the one. Let's go then. Hostess is high aggro, he'll be getting it. Hostess has been hit. Will he die? Hostess did in fact die. Somewhat of a shame, but you've come out on top. And that was the one which got us extra cards, as I thought. We did get a Rotarius for an exchange. And the Rotariuses are a fun one to get. Yeah, sadly you didn't get much XP from that. It's not great, I had hoped you get some XP. We did get cards however, and we don't really care for any of them. Any slaves that are nice. This one comes with good agility and good strength. Good aggro. I'll buy him. Heal him up, give him a wine. And what do we need? Possibly a Valette. You'll buy the Architect as soon as he's done doing the Apothecary. Gladiator has fallen ill with sunstroke. You can keep him training, allow him to lay in the sun. Option 1, surprisingly, is the safer one. I will let other people vote if anyone wants to. Because apparently we're up to 4 viewers now. Ah, it's you, Chims, PND. Good to see you again. This game, if you're unaware of it, is a gladiatorial management sim. Basically, you'll see here, we have a May from the chat has appeared. We've also got a second one of him because he wanted to be renamed for his first one. So with any luck, we'll be able to get you as well at some point. We've got various classes, so you'll need to figure out what you want when we do manage to get you. For now though, I think I'm going to send a bunch of people to their death, most likely. So that'll be fun. And May, you can go in with a May. Should be a good tag team battle, I think. Unless you want me to wait for Fuke. Alright, I'll see you in a bit, James. What do you think of me? Do you want to fight with yourself to murder these people? And I think you should be fine. I'm gonna go. You're covered in lion urine. The lions are unlikely to attack you. Let's see. Just need to murder these people. One of me is going down, but the other one is victorious. And it seems possibly you've both lived. It's a close battle, but we should be getting lots of slaves. Yeah, look at that. All of those slaves. Plenty of money. Barely any training, but we did get the Lord of Dance. What a lovely horse. Yeah, let's cycle through all of these slaves. Any of them actually good? This one, good strength, good agility. I think that's one we bought before. That's fine. We know about him. Ooh, and me, you've got a impediment. I was unaware you had one of them. This slave comes with good meditate, we'll keep him. Got Chims, we need to keep Chims from Scandinavia, apparently. That one's not great. Well, get rid of him. Definitely get rid of him. Get rid of that one. 23, it's fine. And we'll keep him simply because he has some equipment. Yeah, that's us finally got our slaves back. Perfect. Now, what do we do? I think we'll need to get some healing in. Yeah, there we go. I should probably turn this on. Anyone needing healing at all, or is everyone already healing up? Everyone's healing up. Deck's full. Produce training coin isn't important, put that one there. 2 times production doesn't matter, we'll put that on the architect when we get the fancy one. I'm going to try and get Chims trained up a bit. I'll put him in there. That's in there. Architect, off you go. Now we get to have backs. I've just noticed how much money I have. Favour, you can also go. I did not mean to do that, but it's okay, we'll do this first. Keep forgetting which button switch when I go into there quickly. Let's find out though, can these two beat a naked man? It would appear so. Who would have guessed? Yeah, I'm gonna say no. That's a bad idea. But yeah, and here hire employees. We would like the Architect Emeritus and the Faber Emeritus. Ah, you're back, tunes. This game, basically, I train up gladiators. The gladiators then fight to the death with other gladiators. Sometimes it's not the death, but honestly, most of the time it is. Basically, once we get to this championship, I'm in endless mode, so we'll then either win it and move on to the next year, or lose it and move on to the next year with everyone dead. The next year will then be harder. I'll set up an exhibition match to show you what goes on. First though, I'll give him these, and then we need to try and gather some stones. So if I set up an exhibition match, who can I do one with him? Basically, I can send all sorts of people into fights through an exhibition match. Because of some of the training and such we've gotten, it means there are various bonuses people get. For example, they all have higher attack speed. After this, they'll all get more training than they normally would. Just all sorts of good stuff. The main goal of the game is, at least in my eyes, keep the chat happy and try not to let them die. When it comes to cheering, if you add extra A's like this, it appears with lots of extra A's in the game, as you saw. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with Twitch integration if you really want. I don't think if you boo that will add extra O's. So I do know if you cheer with yeah, it gets me slightly more coin at the end. If you boo, I get slightly less. And yeah, apart from that, it's just a case of everyone keeps getting stronger. Now I do believe I've picked you up at some point. I'm going to quickly go through people, make sure I've got the right weapons on them. Then I'll show you what you could be. Yeah, here is you. So, currently your stats are you have high aggro, high turtle and high evasion. Basically, that means your first priority is to attack the enemy. Second priority is to block. Third priority is to keep distance from them, so you're out of their attack range. You then have your various stats: agility, weapon, defense, strength, and meditate. Agility is how fast you move and how fast you attack. Weapon is just your attack damage as far as I can tell. Defense gives you an increase to some of your HP and you take less damage from getting hit. Strength is increased hit points, increased attack damage and increased defense resilience, whatever that is. I haven't quite figured it out. The hit points though is not the same as defense. Basically, strength will increase your max hit points, this will increase your base. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but I think the higher strength you have, the more benefits you get from your armour. Then we have all the classes. In the basic game, you have these three available to you. The Marmillo, as it says there, can dual wield and use two-handed weapons. It's also good at having full armour. That's what Ame is over here. As you can see, he's got himself a giant sword, and he's looking a bit peculiar in his armour, but that's fine enough. Got the Thrakes, it's a sword and a shield, also various bits of armour. The Chariot has a long spear, a shield, and a net that you can throw at people to tangle them up and get some extra hits in for free. Now, because I'm in the beta, we do actually have extra classes. We have the Scissor, or Sizer, I change between the two pretty frequently. He has 2 hooked blades, which let him take the armour off of enemies, and it means he can get lots of fast and quick attacks in, which can do a lot of damage. Sagittarius, I can't say I'm all that bothered about, but they have a bow and arrow. They seem to be alright at times, other times they seem to be a bit terrible. Oh yeah, I may, when he was around a while ago, he got him as a sizer and we managed to upgrade him to have just under 700 attack per weapon. Which, considering people typically have up to maybe 500 health, then that's pretty nice. Anyway, keeping going through the classes, we have the Valette, where they have a spear, and they have other spears that they can throw at people. Then you have the Charioteer, who you may have noticed, I have the chariot and the horse here. I really wanted to, that's the wrong one. I could go into here, and I could do a Chariot Race. The Charioteer is specialised in that they make the horse reach its top speed quicker after a turn. So yeah, if you let me know which of these sounds interesting to you, I'll upgrade you into it and see if we can get you some good training. Because there's a lot of fun stuff. Because you have high aggro, you aren't going to be defending too often, you are going to be trying to attack. I think with low evasion, you want to stay away from anyone ranged, so likely you don't want Sagittarius. Valette could be good, he has a strong melee weapon. Another thing I will say is both the Valette and Sagittarius, in fact no, I think just the Valette has less armour upgrades than other ones. So later on in the game the Valette isn't quite as powerful. And I'll leave you to think it over. It's basically big sword, smaller sword, spear in a net, and then you have 2 hooked blades, or daggers or something. That's your very brief overview. Ah, the scissor, or sizer. Let's get you upgraded then. They'll send you into an exhibition match soon, and get you trained up. I'll give you slightly better weapons as well. I do like the scissor. He's a fun one. He's an interesting one to try and get used to immediately. But as soon as he gets going, he really gets going. But yeah, for now, we just need to wait. See, next battle is in 16 days. Until that happens, not much else will really be going on. Got various employees, all of them can do things. This is an architect, he's a fancier one. He's got lots of things he can try and build. For now, I'm gathering stones. Basically, where these stones are, people are slightly quicker at training. There's also the palaces you'll see around, the little wooden training dolls. They're an odd one. I think they upgrade the training speed, although I don't really notice a difference, I'll be honest with you. Also got the hot coals you'll see underneath some of them. That increases agility training speed. Then you've got this Faber, that's essentially just a blacksmith, makes some upgrades cheaper, will unlock fancier stuff later. And then you have events that pop up like this. A young, unmarked slave girl is found wandering on the road near your villa. Your guards bring her in and give her food and water. She speaks a foreign tongue. That's peculiar. Word of discovery gets out, and both the magistrate and the legate demand that you turn her over. So, an event like this comes up. As you can see in the chat, if you type exclamation mark 1, 2, 3 or 4, your vote will pop up in the game. For example, I made it exclamation mark 3, we have refuse to give up the girl. So, my options are turn them over to the legate, turn them over to the magistrate, refuse to give the girl up, keep her to myself, or protect her, or something like that. Or I could just refuse to give up the girl, and then call the legate and magistrate notorious pedophiles, which I'm sure will be much better. However, I think I will just side with me for now. It's a tough decision, but both of those old men are perverts. The girl can stay in your villa as a servant where she will not be mistreated. I did a good deed, but these two weren't too happy about it.
Agreed.
Now typically, these two don't matter a lot. However, the battles that come along are hosted by these two. Your rewards will be better and the fights will be more favourable if they like you. That should about sum everything up. If you do want to ask about anything as we go on, feel free. I'm more than happy to try and answer questions best I can. No guarantees I'll be giving you amazing answers. And know me, I'm not doing advanced blades until I've got enough money to actually buy some. I mean, for now, all we're needing to do is probably get into Chainbreaker for now. Well, I know advanced blades is useful, I will get it eventually, it's just they cost a lot of money to upgrade at that point. You say pain for gain, it's not all that useful. Not unless we're yielding, which I will invest in because having people occasionally not die is very useful to have. Anyway, let's try and get Cheems some XP. So let's see, Cheems and Fuke, two people from the Twitch chat. They can go against the Valette and this Chariot we picked up a while ago. Let's see. I do think, Cheems, you've got an advantage. However, this Eulogius does have an awful lot of health. Salonis does seem to have gone down. A lot of A's from Cheems there. It does seem you're going to be on the winning team, but how well will you win? Your health's getting quite low, and you have surrendered. You still get training, and if you're on the winning team you get a victory out of it. So now it's between Fuke and Eulogius. Eulogius, I believe, is a Sagittarius, as is Fuke. It's going to be a tough one, this. I want to vote for Fuke simply because I play games with him sometime. I'd feel bad otherwise, and it does seem he has one vote. So that's good. Plenty of money out of that, and more importantly, lots of training for everyone. Now let's get everyone healed up, best we can. We do pit fights. When it comes to pit fights, they're peculiar, to say the least. Simply because if you send in a Valette, somehow it goes very well. Ooh, it's a tempting one. Do you want to see a Chariot Race? I'll leave it up to you, Cheems. Normally I don't bother with them until a lot later on, simply because they take a lot of time normally. Option 3 is boring, we're not doing option 3. But that's a nice easy fight. Chariot races, if you set them up yourself, take I think 10 days to complete, which in game is a long time to take up. If you do a chariot race in here though, it doesn't take up any extra time. say why not 3? Number 3 is boring. We're going to win this regardless who we put in. Like, we could send Cheems into there, even though he's half dead, and stand a good chance. I think I'm gonna go for option 2. Let's show you Chariot Race. And May, it's your time to shine. But you kind of need to have a chariot in a Chariot Race, don't you? I should have put them in. Let's go. You'll see one way you can win Chariot Races. Now you might think, oh, it's a Chariot Race. I'm sure it's fine. We just go around and race, right? Yeah, apparently not. Like, that's part of it, but not the major part. Most of it comes down to just murdering your opponents, as you can see. Like, that chariot there doesn't seem to have anyone anymore. I've either knocked them out of it and their AI's been broken. Like, that guy there got knocked out of his chariot. It's bizarre. It really is. Like, we've just got the empty chariot here going around. We've lost our wheels, but that hardly matters. We're just waiting for someone to come by and we'll murder them. Just murder that guy who got stuck. There's another guy who's stuck. He might be left like that. I believe it's Silius we're left to fight. Somewhere around here. There's a man with around 200 health left. There he is. He does seem to be catching up with us. I do hope he catches up because we're not going to beat him in the race. Unless we might beat him. It depends where he started. I find it unlikely. Here he comes. Finally, he's catching up. We have our chance to murder him. There we go. And because we knocked someone out of our chariot, we do need to wait for the rest of this to happen. But yeah, we've won the Chariot Race by playing entirely fair, I assure you. There was no cheating or anything involved. I don't understand Chariot Races. Like, this is not allowed, surely. We're running out of time, but I think that's us into the last lap there, so we might have won. Yeah, I think we just won because we were the furthest ahead. Look at that, how amazing. We got a free slave out of it, as well as a bunch of money. Is this guy any good? He's better than some of them, potentially. No, never mind. All my slaves seem pretty good. This guy, you know, I'm feeling generous. He can have freedom. There is now one more naked man in the wild. Truly the benefit to all of Rome. In here, let's go for deep breathing. Deep breathing's just extra healing. Then expand employee area? Yeah, expand employee area. That'll be a nice one. Very expensive. But once we do, we'll be able to get a lot more money in. Now, we've got a pit fight available. We've got 2 valettes, one's very injured. Let's get another valette. Who's looking powerful? This man's looking powerful. They won't actually get it, they're too powerful. This man, there we go. You can have a pit fight. I'm sure it's what you've always wanted. We'll just send in UMA potentially. You do have an impediment. I feel bad, but having you die might not be the worst. Also, Cheems, would you like to have a VIP badge like May has in the chat? Oh, we've disarmed that guy. He's lost his weapons, been chucked out the ring. That's it down there, I believe. That's us won. Yeah, Cheems, if you want to have a VIP badge like May has, little diamond, Just say, I've got a total of 10 of them I can give out. I unlocked them recently, so I'm more than happy to hand them out. I'll just take them off for people later on if people don't care. You don't care about badges, but sure. I mean, badges don't do anything, as far as I'm aware. Just makes you stand out in chats. Seeing as I am a smaller streamer, I don't think it matters. You don't really have to stand out much. There's literally 2 of you in the chat being the Domina bot. So I am aware that you're there, don't worry. Like, I'd be worried if I wasn't aware that 2 of you are actually in the chat. But yeah. It's not the most important badges, but if you do want one, fair enough. I mean, might as well give it to you. I think I've given out a total of 4 badges so far. 1 to May, 1 to Fuke, you've seen as a gladiator. 1 to a friend who barely shows up, but they wanted it, so they've got it. And there is also Wailing Banshee, who, if you ever come along to stream on Wednesday or Friday afternoon for me, not entirely sure what time it is for you, not sure where you're from. But if you come along then, you'll come across him. I do Phoenix Point, it's like XCOM if you know the game. It's a fun time, I do enjoy playing Phoenix Point. And then yeah, I've got another 6 I can hand out, so you're more than entitled to it. What's the game called? Phoenix Point. I'll type it in the chat for you. Wanna go have a look at that, see what it is, see if you'd be interested, then feel free. It's hardly a big game, I don't think many people are aware of it. It's fair enough, I'm hardly surprised. It's a smaller game by some of the people who worked on the original XCOM, I believe. I say that without actually having facts checked at all, so I would possibly not take my word entirely in that. But yeah, it's a good game, I do enjoy it. It's a much longer game though than like Noita or Domina as I'm playing here. It's currently about maybe 40 odd hours into the campaign I am. I think I'm getting towards the end of the mid game, maybe early late game. For now though, we do have an event. Moneylender approaches you regarding a loan that your father has taken out against his prize gladiator Ruvius. He demands repayment of the loan. I could pay back this loan, 50 coin. I could offer Ruvius as repayment, knowing full well he's been dead for years. Or I could attempt to kill the moneylender. Now, before I'd even finished, you'd both voted for option 1, so option 1 it is. The moneylender greedily counts each and every coin, twice. Well, I've lost some money. That's fine though. Money's doing fine enough. I say that we aren't actually needing some money. For that though, Cheems, how are you looking? You're doing pretty well for stats. Let's send you into an exhibition match. Do you have anyone in particular you're wanting to fight? I could do you two versus May, this one. Potentially what would be interesting is this. If we do this and chuck in an extra slave each side, this should be a nice even match. Wait a second. Who's that guy? Is that the guy I bought a while ago? It must have been. He's got a lot of health for a naked man. Let's see. I'm going to say I'm on Cheems' side here, and May's already been taken down. However, that slave's doing a good job. He's picked up one of the throwing spears and was fighting with it. This does seem rather unfair at this point though. Yeah, Alpheus, he did a decent job. He was stripping the clothes off people as he fought, but it wasn't good enough. Yeah, 15 training in both strength, or agility and weapon is lovely for your teams. Also got loads of money from that. And I'll be honest, the money is the thing that matters more at this stage, because trying to get a bunch of stuff researched, and then employees bought, and all that stuff. Hit fight in 6 days, we'll wait for next battle before doing anything fancy. I say that and immediately going to do another exhibition match. These two against... who else is in full health? These two. Let's go. Once you've invested so much into their training, like what I've got with the Doctor Ineratus, the second skill tree you can unlock, is when people are below 20% health, they surrender. If you go below 10% health, which is what happens if you haven't got that and just have first humility, as I'll show you in the trees in a second.
Never cease to impress.
Yeah, here you have humility, the very first thing you get. You have that, it means you can fight in exhibition matches, your people won't die. There is a chance, however, they'll pick up an impediment, like a May here has, which his impediment has reduced his max HP, so he's not allowed to have any more than 126 max health. With this person, who I bought for an awful lot of coin, I'm able to get deeper humility, which means below 20% health my people will try and surrender. When they have that, basically exhibition matches they won't go low enough in health to ever get an impediment. So I can just do them for free now. And thanks to some of the master mimics I got, these ones, get even more training out of it. And thanks to mentorship, it means we then pass on some of that training to people who aren't in the fights. So it's a nice system to get it all working out. And I have just noticed that maybe we should give you defense instead. Yeah, it's in endless mode. So what my goal is, if I go to hire employees, is this guy. Look how expensive he is. He's going to be so hard to get. But once we get him, had the dev pop in, I believe, last week, and he cleared up what this guy does. Partly anyway, didn't spoil anything. So this is going to be someone I want, if we're going to try and take endless mode anywhere. For now though, we are needing to try and get a bunch of training for people. Might be an idea to just try and max you out of me. If I send you in here, that should be a nice easy fight. I mean, surely you can't lose this. Just extra money, extra training. Some of that training will then be passed on to someone else, like I say, and a circle just goes around, people continuously get stronger. However, this was a very one-sided fight. It's unlikely there will be a lot of experience to be had. Yeah, only 3 agility and 9 weapon, compared to the 15 training that you got, Cheems, when you had a more even fight. However, having more damage in him means more blood comes out. Blood comes into the calculation for crowd favour, I believe. So we do end up making a lot of money, just by sending in a powerful man. This person seems relatively good. We have a slave we could just sell. Sure. Yeah, it's up to you whether you want to come and watch this. I do appreciate you coming along, at the very least. It's always nice to see familiar faces around. It's not everyone's game, though, I'd imagine. It's quite an interesting one. If you do think you're interested in trying it out yourself, though, it's fairly cheap. I know it's £7, imagine probably about $10 that would be, if you're in America. Not sure about other currencies and what the exchange rates are off the top of my head. I'm assuming you're from America though, seeing as you came along to one of the later streams I tried out. Ah, yeah, you are. So about $10 then, I'd imagine, if you do think you want to try this out sometime. It's a lovely game. I've gotten plenty of time and fun out of it, even in single player when I haven't been streaming. And surprisingly, in story mode, there is actually various endings you can get. Well, you wouldn't think a game like this would have multiple endings, but surprisingly it does. And I think next we should go into Overtrain. That'll mean that May can then make himself even stronger still. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is in here we have various cards. Blue ones go to employees. For example, if I wanted to make this man even cheaper, I could. I'll probably give one of them to him. If I wanted to make someone deal more damage to helmets, I could give that to any gladiator. However, gladiators such as a May here, who has lots of those like ranks above his head, that means he can have more of these cards on him. Compared to this guy without any, he can only have one. So yeah, there's a fair bit of stuff to this game. Can't say I understand all of it, but I can say I do enjoy it. I especially like making Twitch chat just fight for me. That's always fun. Apparently deck's full, so I'll just sell a few things. Wait, rank means what rank you have if you prestige. Alright. I wasn't aware that was how it works. Now I'm going to do something which I likely shouldn't, which is another exhibition match with some strong people in it. This time, rather than fighting with Fuke teams, you're going to be fighting against him. Now, Fuke I've had for a long time. He is strong. Is he stronger? It would appear possibly. However, you're getting some good attacks in teams. Apparently not good enough though. Still though, you got plenty of attacks in before dying. You should get lots of training. Let's see. I think you were that one. Didn't get as much as I'd hoped for, to be honest. Anyway, let's just get everyone healed up. There we go. That's all the healing happening. I think next thing we're wanting is Medicus Emeritus. So, sell him, and we'll hire someone who can then heal people. So we no longer need to bother with going and clicking on everyone. Because that gets annoying. And go into here, reduce training coin, heal multi. What class is me? He is a Murmillo. I'll go into here to show you, it's that one. Big two-handed sword. If he didn't have a two-handed sword, he could have two smaller swords. However, if you want to have two swords, I do think the scissor is a lot more powerful. I should probably get equipment restocking, then we'll go for advanced blades. He's been wanting that for a while, I have to get it at some point. And do we have pit fights? Yes, we do. We'll still need healed. We've got a few vlets. Yeah, Jupiter's Cock. It's the name of a new weapon we'll be able to get as soon as we've upgraded the Faber. The game does have some sense of humour. Might not be everyone's sense of humour, it is quite on the nose with it. You don't really want Jupiter's Cock in your nose, so. But, or maybe you do. I'm not gonna judge. It is up to you. Yeah, we're getting close to the championship now, only 100 days left. We've got to decide on something to do. I'll let you lot decide. Got option 1. It's some relatively competent people. This guy in particular is quite worrying. Somehow he's got 251 damage, but is half dead and only has the most basic of weapons. There's a Chariot Race, gives slightly less money. We're against some people with not much damage. Murdering them should be easy enough if that's what we want. Or we could actually try and do an actual Chariot Race at some point, get a charioteer made. Or over here, for not much money but food, water and slaves, we can fight a bunch of what looks to be relatively weak people. But there's a lot. So, take your pick. Now, May says he wants you to choose, so there's a lot of pressure on you. If we do a Chariot Race, we could send you in teams, if you've got enough health left after the exhibition match. What are you thinking? You don't think you should be sent in? Fair enough. Do you have any preference for what happens? This one gets us a lot. Because despite the reward money being low, if we kill all these people, that is a lot of blood, therefore a lot of money. But yeah, your low max health's not great, your reach isn't amazing because of your weapons. Yeah, I do think putting you into Chariot Race is a bad idea. We could send a May in though. Send a May, his two-handed weapon is a lot of reach. We don't desperately need money, it's always good to have money around though. Yeah, teams option 1, 2 or 3, it's your choice. This one's potentially the most money, even more than this. But however, these people start chained up, that does give us an advantage. And if you don't pick, I will just pick before too long. I am fairly patient, however, I do have to wrap up the stream at some point. I do try and stream for about 3 hours and it's been about 2.5 so far. Might end up going a bit over, maybe. Amazing option 2. But we're gonna go with me. Okay, option 2. Who do we send in? Do you want to go with me, or should we try and send Fuke? Fuke could do a good job. Maybe not as good a job, but he could do a good job. And yeah, you'll go with me. Sure. Then we'll send in these chariots and such. So who are we against? We're against the Saucemeister, Beast and Brutus. I still think the Lord of Dance should manage, but let's see. It may not be as straightforward as we're hoping. high agility does mean they'll immediately be able to get in very quickly. Now we just need to try and murder people. Because we're definitely not winning in a race. Just need to hope they're actually a lot quicker than us. Because either they need to be a lot quicker, or we need to be a lot slower. Yes, fair and square. With a giant two-handed sword. That's as fair as I know. It's like when it comes to chess. Do you think your opponent can really win at chess if they have a giant sword sticking out their stomach? I don't think so. I will also say I've been banned from numerous chess tournaments, but that's neither here nor there, is it? I'm sure it's entirely unrelated. Oh, we've got someone coming up. If they get closer, that should be the first murder. However, I have a feeling one of them might win the race. It's about to come into the last lap, unless... oh, we've lost a wheel. We might be able to get people. Okay, that guy in front of us... no, never mind, someone else won. Damn. If only we'd actually done a chariot race properly, we might have won. Still did get 102 money though, from trying to murder some of them. Distant cousin visits to return a sizable loan that was granted your father. The loan plus interest comes to 40 coin. I could accept the free money. I mean, free money is always fun. Or I could tell him the loan has been forgiven and celebrate his arrival with a party. Sounds more interesting. May, you said option 2. Did vote for 1, but you've said option 2, so option 2 it is. Your cousin's heart swells with joy. He's become wealthy beyond measure, and he owes his success, at least in part, to your father. He departs in the morning, leaving not only the loan repayment, but 2 of his finest slaves as a gift to you. I mean, it's good AI in that one. They both have good AI. Do I want them? Not really. I'm gonna sell them. There we go. I'm glad my cousin was happy though. I think I took the moral high road there. Do we want to try and do another championship game? Like, we've got this one. It's rather dangerous, so I don't think we stand much of a chance. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. What's your def? Let's see. What is your defense? 44. Hardly great. Now, I do think Fuchs coming in to be quite well rounded. I'll give him more defense. His team's looking as well. So we're able to have another exhibition match soon. Yeah, you're looking pretty good. You have anything you want to specialise in, teams? Agility means you'll be able to attack very quickly and run in to attack very quickly. That could be a nice one. What could be good is a balance between agility and weapon as well. So lots of attack and very quick attacks. In fact, yeah, I think I'll give you that unless you state otherwise. Yeah, we should think about doing that. I think a pit fight first, get some money. Yeah, agility is pretty good for your weapons. I think in here, it should be safe to put you in teams. Let's see. Now, I'll be honest, I think you'll win. You're against the naked man. As far as armour goes, having only a piece in your shoulder doesn't really do much. Especially when you just went and cut their other arm off. Look at that, 13 in both of those trainings. You even got Sergus from Africa. How fun. Is he better than him? No, he's not. This guy can have freedom. I'm feeling generous. Should probably give this person a class 2. His stats are looking lovely. Don't have a good freaks yet. Let's get one of them. There we go. I don't think fighting 2 slaves is worth it. I think if we want the best XP for the teams, we send you in. You are a bit injured, you should be safe though. Not going to give you anything tough. Send you in against this person. And maybe an extra slave. This should be a nice even fight. High agility means you're getting a lot of attacks and you've taken this man's helmet off. You're running in for a slave who's picked up that dead man's equipment, or surrendered man's equipment. Yeah, there we go. Not the most balanced, but you should get lots of training. Yeah, 14 and 13. You're doing good. We do need to heal people up, however, though. As well as you. Yeah, you're getting up to close to 100 in both of those. You're doing very well. Won't be long until you can fight against a May. I mean, maybe not, but you could maybe fight against the May before long. If we get dual wield Cobra as well, that's actually going to help you a lot. Basically means you've got a chance to get extra damage in. I could fight you against this May. You might actually win this fight. That's something I'll do. I always like putting Twitch chat against each other in a fight. Neither of these guys are all that into bribes at the moment. And we've got space. Perfect, hire an employee. We're about to get vastly more powerful. Thanks to an educator. AI proficiency, that's a very nice one, but more importantly, anatomy. Plus 25% attack damage and plus 25 critical hit chance. That's amazing. By default, you have 1% chance to crit. You're increasing that to 26%. And it's also increased by this. I don't know quite how much it increases by. But I love having him. He's definitely going to be helping out. Now, do we want to try and do a fight here? I don't know. That's a dangerous fight. Yeah, doing one of these fights will be better. Potentially this one in the middle. That slave's actually dangerous. As is the Sagittarius. As is the other slave. Then we've got here, that's even more so dangerous. What about this one? Yeah, he's skill 32. He's got low health. 2 roaming lions. He's been chained up. I mean, in May we could send you in. You should be able to one-shot the lions. I doubt they'll be able to kill you. I think this is the only one we stand a chance of winning. It's like 200 a hit. Yeah, you won't die. You should be able to one-shot the lions and one-shot him given a chance. If you run straight up to the enemy, you will be good at murdering him. Like, one hit's all you need. Apparently 2 hits, I was incorrect. Still though, you did win. Got us plenty of money and a bit of training. As well as Thanius. You can go free, sure. Doesn't sell for much. Medicus is doing well, he's got multi-heal. Potentially might want to go for Lazarus. Do we have advanced blades? No, not yet. Currently we're getting equipment restocking. I'll go for Lazarus first. Physio would be good, but we don't have people with much impediments. This is the only impediment we've got. Honestly, he's a Valette. Just because he's named after you, I care for him a bit more. But honestly, like I say, he is just a Valette. We'll invest in it eventually though. It is endless, we will be getting as much as we possibly can. Ooh, no. This fight's not going as well as I'd hoped. Oh dear. Well. Got a lot of money. Money's nice. We'd had him for a long time. I quite liked him. You learn of a large wine delivery headed for your competitors Ludus via a road which is not well travelled. I could either do nothing, what need I have to steal a man's wine? Or I could seize delivery with force. Your competitor is a ruthless cunt and would do the same. Ooh, and we're torn between the two. I'm going to say option 1 then, I think. Competitor eventually uses rare wine as a bribe to win the favour of the magistrate and legate. And I'm not needing to say the other bit, that doesn't really help. I mean, I took the moral high road, however, it wasn't wrong. My opponent isn't, or competitor isn't, the nicest of people. He is, as you would see in the story mode, rather conniving, as some would put it. Basically, he tries to set me up and get me murdered. Yeah, your defense still isn't looking good. Yeah, he's not a fun guy. I don't particularly like him. I'm not gonna try and steal his wine. I want to take the moral high ground. Just because he's mean doesn't mean I'm allowed to be mean back. It's like that whole an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind and all that. We do have the high ground in me. You're not wrong. And one thing I will point out, by the way, for you teams, mind control. You can get it pretty much right from the start. It lets you control a gladiator and fight with them manually. Now, I'll be honest, I've never done it, simply because it's a lot more fun to just train them up and watch them fight, based on how well you've trained them. Because if you see how fast some of them move, imagine trying to control that. For now though, we'll go for wind spirits. And we could get a new slave. This one comes with 106 agility, 66 strength, 0 AI skill, but that's fine. I'll take him. That's a nice slave. It's not something you'd normally hear on Twitch, so please don't report me. We could do mind control. I could definitely try it. When it comes to like user-based skill though, I'm definitely not the man to go to. I am more often than not going to let my people die simply because I've got some stupid mistake I've made. Yeah, I could try us out though. For now though, we're able to go into another exhibition match. I think Cheems and like me the second, you two against Fuke. Let's see. That should be an interesting one. Yeah, in Noita, my only thing I've got going for me is I know how the spells mix and I'm fairly creative when it comes to mixing them. And paying for the enemy means there's less chance of getting an impediment. Don't see the point in it. And God, that's a lot of crowd favour, isn't it? You don't worry, I'll give everyone better training at some point. But I can give people better gear now, can't I? I can also go into advanced blades. Let's get you upgraded to me. You are the champion, we can't have you dying. There we go, that costed about 2,000. Are you happy now? God, that cost an awful lot. Downgrade the Scourge? If you want, sure. In this fight, Cheems, do you want to go in with me, or do you want to do it solo? Now, you've got a good attack, but that's 175 on each weapon. You're against a slave, he's not an issue. You've got these two. Both of them have better range. I think I'll send you in with me. You can tag team. Let's see. It seems it's a gauntlet, so you're not going to see me at any point. But you should be able to win it yourself, I think. I didn't notice it was a gauntlet though, which was probably a mistake. Normally gauntlets are quite difficult, but you have won. You've brutally massacred all the enemies. And they may just sat there and watched. And because you murdered all of them, 25, 25 and 16. That is lovely. Look at that, you're over 100 now in 2 of your stats. At this point, we need to get your strength up. The other ones are going to be going up in just fights. Yeah, I love the scissor class, or sizer, or whatever nerf it's called. It's just brilliant. Better stamina, I think, next. Because running around like a madman is one of the better parts of being a gladiator in this. Got throw training, now into better training speed. Don't have any fancy blessings. Oh yeah, downgrade your skirt to me. Do you not want to just keep this one? No, you probably don't. And that one you had has a bunch more defense than what you currently do. If you're going to be rolling around, it should work. But if you're sure, I will downgrade it. You say it's really heavy, your other stuff's pretty heavy as well. Emperor's armor and pauldrons. Okay, Emperor's armor's fine. Pauldrons I could make you slightly lighter. If you would like. I'll leave you be. While obtaining herbs at the apothecary, you spot the magistrate's medicus. You recognise the tincture that he asks for. They are to treat a flesh-eating venereal disease. How fun. Making eye contact with you, he fearfully bids you good day and makes a hurry for the exit. I could say nothing. I could call out to him and bid his master a good day. Or grab his arm and whisper that I will tell no one. Ah, it's not long till you're able to eat a me. That'll be good. You must be hungry. I think I will side with you, Cheems, because, I mean... If Sagittarius is embarrassed to have the shameful disease become public knowledge. Oh, poor Magistrate. I hurt his feelings. Let's see. I think focus makes people train quicker, because I've got a lot of gladiators. Emiratus, build coal pits. Teams are about ready to go into an exhibition match, so we'll be doing that in a moment. Ramadan, it's when, I don't know if it's cultural or religious thing, but it's a Muslim thing where they don't eat until the sun sets, basically. I'm not sure, do you actually know me, whether it's a cultural or is it a religious thing? Because I'm not sure, I'm wanting to at least try and know what's going on, even if I don't know entirely. Fair enough. I mean, it is a thing that happens at the very least, so it is at least partly a cultural thing. Can you have Jupiters? Of course I may. Do you not want the red dragon? Are you sure you just want the Jupiter's cock? I mean, I can hardly blame you. It's not much heavier, it's only an extra 2 weights. That's more than fine. And Magistrate Secrets. Sell there, do an exhibition match. Ooh, and we get a big one. We're gonna send everyone in. Maybe not the horse. That's maybe a few too many people. Let's see how this goes. 5v4. Let's see. That should be an interesting one. There is the numerical advantage, and you do have people from higher up the list on your team, Chiefs. However, they do have some decent people among them. Not decent enough apparently. You've just massacred a lot of them. Plenty of money. Some decent training about the place. It seemed Salonis got a fair bit. Salonis is an interesting one. And yeah, we should go through just to heal everyone, because the Medicus is currently training. That'll be better off for us. Let's think. I mean, I think Fuke needs to get more health. I could put you versus Keem, or Cheems even. Yeah, I think we'll need to wait for Fuke. It's going to be a difficult one. I'm not sure. Thing is, mate, you are liking to be evasive, but with that agility, you're able to just run in and out of battles. Let's get another employee slot. Ah, and we get this. One of these battles. We could do another chariot race. I kind of want to do a chariot race. Option 1. Against some not too powerful people, and we get a fair bit of money. This guy's a little worrying, doesn't look like he has any throwing spears however. Okay, so the two of you are wanting to have a fight after this, is what I'm gathering. So let's do option 1. I'll show you what you're going to be up against, James. Because it's going to be quite difficult for you to win against him, because he is a maniac once he gets out there. Look how fast he moves. Like, even against the group, like, he's just moving, attacking and moving, attacking a bit more, and then moving a little bit more as well. Essentially, he's doing the cha-cha slide while murdering you. Fair enough. I might try and balance out a little bit more if we're going to have a fight against the May. He is the star gladiator I've got. So let's think. Who would we chuck in there? Cheems, Fuke's a bit damaged, he can go. Let's see about this. This should hopefully make it a bit more difficult for you, though. It means Cheems has an advantage in numbers, his friends have nets. It's going to be curious. Nets, I don't think I'll be much of an issue. You've got a lot of attack with your sword. Ooh. Okay. What on earth happened? Cheems, you apparently got the hit, you got the training. Cheems? What's your attack? 240, 240. And we do have that dual wield cobra. Honestly, you might be fine for a 1v1. Like, I may didn't get a single hit in there. This is going to be a fun time. And yeah, we'll go for physiotherapy now with the Medicus. I mean, the nets would have staggered you for a second, but you can still attack through the nets. It's a curious time. I'm confused quite what happened. I mean, Cheems, you're a lot more powerful than I gave you credit for. Let's get you some upgrades. I'll dress you up in everyone's favourite outfit. There you go. You are now the murder gimp. That is what you've always dreamed of, I'm sure. A plague sweeps through the military encampment nearby. Many men are sick and dying. I could offer them food and water, offer to lend my Medicus, or quietly lock my doors to quarantine everyone. Yeah, you look a bit peculiar, but it's all part of the fun. Option 1 and 3. I think option 2, personally. This is a tough one. I think option 2, I'm gonna go with one I think, even though neither of you voted for it. I'm sorry, I've never seen this option appear before because I don't often have the Medicus. Your assistance proves invaluable, saving many lives. The legate is grateful for your help. Oh, he was very grateful for that. Yeah, May's gonna take a while to heal. So potentially the next big fight, you're going to go into Cheems. First though, let's do pit fights. Send in the Valettes. Or Valettes? I don't know. Either way, they're gonna murder half the crowd. And get me extra money. Because the crowd, as you'd imagine, drops blood. Look at the crowd and all that blood that's been spilt. And then look at how much money the crowd gives me for murdering half of them. You ready? Just shy of 1,000. How? The crowd likes being murdered. I don't like this. It shouldn't be how it works. May is not naked, he's got a canvas sack on. Basically a potato sack. I'll make him slightly more powerful, there you go, he has a blue shirt now. I'll give this guy a blue shirt too. Then we don't look quite as naked. What do we want to go for in here? Not had anyone appeal for release yet. I'm thinking that one's useless. I might go for dismemberment, that sounds fun. Favour, let's guess helmet blueprints. Oh, you've got the red dragon. I'm sorry, I'll downgrade you. I'll turn off upgrades as well, so you don't get it. Basically what happens is the blacksmith I've got will occasionally upgrade people. Just randomly. So one of the things he picked to upgrade was the sword of me, which he didn't want. He wanted to have that one specific sword. Simply because it's called Jupiter's cock. Imagine there's no other reason. It's slightly lighter. That's the only thing I could think of. Detachment of Pompey's soldiers come across your villa. They're not, but they are without a commander. You think they may be deserters. Fearing that they may forcefully take my villa, I could give them respite. Cost me a bit of food and water and such. I could give them respite, but secretly send a message to the legate that I have trapped some potential deserters. Turn them away, I'm a respectable Roman citizen and I have no room for cowards. Or I could yell for help. We're between option 1 and option 2. Well, option 1 it is then. I'll be kind. I took moral high ground earlier, I will keep doing it. In the morning you find that the men have disappeared with a cart full of your wine, food and water. The legate descends on your villa and accuses you of knowingly aiding deserters. He's very irate, but that can prove nothing. Prove I've only one O, I think that's a typo. He leaves in pursuit of the missing soldiers. They took all of my wine. That was a lot of wine. A lot of water as well, apparently. I should have done option 2. Oh well. That's fine, it's raining. We've got plenty of water now. Ah well. I didn't think that would end up well, but I did say I was taking a moral high ground. Yeah, we need to stock back up on water and wine though. So I need to revisit that market every couple of days. In here, do we have anyone good? Not really. In here, do we have anyone good? Because we're now needing to think about the end game. This guy's nice. High agility. High defense. Yeah, I'll take him. Comes with good equipment as well. I can say goodbye to slave. That is a good slave, never mind. I can say goodbye to this slave though. And I will just upgrade some of his stuff simply because it comes damaged. Yeah, the game doesn't always reward you for being kind. It's a bit mean. But yeah, people do take advantage of people who are kind. That's just how it works in the world, sadly. Now what do we do? I'm into the title of this one. One cannot stop the bum rush. Sounds good. Option 1 is a safe option with good rewards. This one is slightly less safe. You can send all sorts of people in there to fight. The main issue with this one is it's a gauntlet. What do you think, Cheems? Do you want to have a go in a gauntlet? You did well last time. Basically it's 1-on-1 3 times. I think you can go, Cheems. And May, you're clearly too hurt for this, so Cheems, let's see. Will you win? Your little executioner hood, I am hopeful. First, you're against the man with a basic Pugil. You took off his skirt, then sliced his leg off, chopped off a naked man's arm, and decapitated the man with a spear. I love the Sizer, or Scissor, like, he's great, you've got tons of training out of that as well. Like now, in a fight against the May, I think you would win. Sell him. I'm curious, what should we do with this person? Somehow they've gotten really powerful, and I don't know how. Yeah, let's get this guy in. I'll ignore the two of you getting annoyed at each other. Let's get a Retaris. We need to have another powerful one. And I'll potentially just give you some even better armour now. I had dressed you up mostly so you look like a bit of an idiot, to be honest. But yeah, you're actually quite powerful. Let's give you some proper equipment. So, do you want to have a fight now while your health's about the same? What are you both thinking? Like, I mean, you don't need the training anymore. I need to get other people trained up. We can't have you always being the champion. Like, Cheems was kind enough to come along to another stream. I can't let him down. Didn't even know what this stream was going to be when he dropped in. Yeah, do you two want to fight while your health's equal? Or do we want to have you both at full condition? I think full condition would make more sense. For now, we'll send everyone in except from you two. Okay, I may have misbalanced the teams slightly. Let's see. How does this go? This is going to be a curious fight. It's going to be a bloodbath, but it's going to be a fun one. It would seem fairly balanced, actually. We're down to 2 powerful Retariuses. Oh, it's Frakes against the Retarius. This is... Oh. That Retarius I bought lost. Oh. We're down to 1 victor. So that should be a lot of training amongst all of us. Yeah, look at all of that. And the 2 of you get bonus training from all of that. And I'll leave Medicus to heal all of them up. No, never mind, I'll actually heal some of them manually. You can get healed. You can get healed. You can get healed, there we go. That's random amounts of healing between them all. Oh, you want to have Red Dragon, you've changed your mind. Of course. If you're thinking he's that much of a threat, sure. Clearly, you're very intimidating, Cheems. Now, how about, rather than fighting each other, we get you to fight all of these people? How would you feel about that? Now, you are rivals, but can you join together to take out these 5? Cheems is up for it. May, what are you thinking? You could fight him instead if you want. You've got 1 chance before the championship. We do need a good ret. They're saying no. Well, if it's not this, you're going to have to fight Cheems. The championship's over soon, yeah. But that means this is going to be harder next time we come around to it. But if you're that afraid, I could send Cheems in alone if you really want. Both of you can go. Let's see. I expect 2 of you to do very well in this. Cheems took a hit, I believe, and May took a hit, but there go the enemies. Look at the 2 of you. Finally working well together. Bunch more training for you, Cheems, and everything. Look at you. You've gotten to over 202 of them now. I think at this point we should try and get you some defense. Your competitor sends you a crate of fine wine as a gift. A peace offering, perhaps. Option 3, sesame. What do you think? Cheems could be poisoned. We're saying number 2. Well, I will decline it then. Their competitor seems genuinely hurt by your refusal. Oh well. Well, a battle in 4 days, a championship in 5. This man seems quite powerful, we'll keep him around. That means we'll need to expand employee area, or the training area at some point. As for these slaves, they can just go free. Do we have someone we can get rid of for him? Get rid of this Sagittarius, maybe. There we go. Now we can fit another employee. How's everyone's morale looking? They're looking quite happy. Should we buy a bard? We're not skipping the championship. Who do you think I am? I wouldn't skip the championship. That's what the whole stream's been building up to. It's my cue for quitting the stream because I've been streaming for more than 3 hours now. What should we do? We could get another architect. Build things twice as fast. Like, that's something I've never considered before, because it seems silly. But we could. High specs, yeah. That would pretty much guarantee us victory. Do we want a guarantee? That's not exciting. 2 of you are strong enough as it is. I'm gonna get a bard. He's very useful, probably. I'm not gonna send just you 2, don't worry. It's gonna be a group of people, with you 2 included. Let's get some people manually healing so the Medicus can focus on the 2 of you. Well, what I'm thinking for the group is you 2. Fuke, he's looking quite powerful. I should probably give him some better equipment. Also thinking this guy. And then we'll have one of each class, pretty much. I think that will work out relatively well. If it doesn't, then, well, it's not great, is it? Yeah, we probably want to skip this next battle, but we just want to let people heal. Could also send in a few extra people just as meat shields. I will send in everyone, don't worry. I'll maybe keep a couple promising people back. Yeah, none of these guys seem too good. Do have stream elements, the bots come for his revenge, he died too soon. But yeah, in go all of these people. Even the other you and me. Then a few people from lower down the list. Send in these two. I don't particularly care for either of them. I think this is a nice even fight. I mean, Fuchs's not in the best shape. I'm not sending everyone, we need some people left to fight if this goes horrifically wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to jeopardise everything potentially. Let's go. This ends a stream whether it goes well or not. Most of them have died. It's down to 2 of you. Sheems, you died sadly, just at the end. But, May, you've come out victorious. Can't believe you lost your Sheems. Damn. Got so close to keeping you alive, so close. But in the end, it's only a May. I don't need another chariot, go away. These guys can go. We'll need to get another one of you teams. It's the only thing we can do. We could get another May as well, apparently. Do we want to? He's got terrible stats, I'm gonna say no. Gladiators? Ah, Cheems, you're now a Rotarius if you want to be a Rotarius. I think I'll try and get you trained up as a slave again. However, that's going to be happening next time. Because for now, I'm tired. I've been out most of the day and then I've been streaming, so I'm needing to have a nap. Potentially eat as well, because eating is quite important typically. But yeah, that's gone well. This will continue next Saturday. If you want to come along and visit, I'll train you up yet again, Cheems, and we will try and beat May in the end. We know you can do it. The only reason you didn't manage it in the end there is because I don't think I had your armour fully upgraded. I probably should have. But for now, that'll be it. What do I stream Monday? Normally nothing. If you do want to stream Monday, I could potentially do something. Usually Mondays are my day off from doing streaming and uni work, though. Ah, you have 2 weeks off. I could do a small stream on Monday then if you want. Do you want to stream any time in particular, Cheems? Because I could do another later stream if that would be better for you. Like as it is, I'm planning to do more Noita on Sunday, so tomorrow. That'll be around the same time as this, if you do want to come along. But I could do another later Noita stream if you like. Potentially do that on Monday, potentially do it tomorrow. But yeah, if you do want any extra streams, do just send me a message. I'm happy enough to have a go. Ah, your battery's at 2. Fair enough, I'll see you around to me. I also need to get going. Also, something worth keeping in mind is this guy survived just. That's because of Lazarus. The thing the Medicus got. Potentially, Cheems, you could have been saved if I got that better. But oh well. For now, I am going to quit the menu. We can have some nice music, and then I will leave. So what did you think of this in end tunes? Did you like it? Because I love Domina. I'm running out of stuff to do in it. But it is a great game to just mess around, talk to Twitch chat. Have all sorts of fun conflicts happening between them where they all want to be the best of the gladiators. Yeah, more Noita tomorrow at like 4 to 7 GMT. I could start another later stream if you want. That's up to you though, if you want that, because honestly I won't bother doing it otherwise. GMT, Greenwich Median Time I believe. But yeah, I'll quit the game and that'll be me. I do hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoy myself streaming, that's why I do it. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever it may be for you. And if anyone ends up watching the VOD of this, same to you. And for now, I will leave. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye for now.